So we run out of Homosassa. It's kind of the definition of the nature coast. I mean, there's nothing more old Florida than Homosassa.
No, it's a true gem. It's got pretty creeks, it's got deep troughs running through. You really get to see a lot of wildlife. I mean, this little area right here is still like a protective old Florida, and it is fun.
It is. There's oyster beds everywhere, rocks on all the shorelines. Makes for a nice fishery.
One of the best things about this area is kelp grass. And now for a lot of people who don't know what kelp grass is, it's just a grass that grows off the bottom, but it's a lot taller structure, and that thing really holds fish. Doing something a little bit different today.
Yeah, we're not in a 42 Freeman today. It's more like a 19-foot Prodigy.
Yeah, that's what we're in, mud boat. We're in here shallow. Gonna do some trout and redfish, and I think it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, winter time, not too cold. Big cold front just came through, but I think they should be biting.
Yeah, it should be. We got a strong tide today. It's gonna be pretty low most of the day, so it should stack them fish in the holes.
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, let's rig these baits up and see what we can do. Gonna be doing a little 1-2 punch right here, throwing a little bit of jerk baits, a little mirror lure TRD. Should be real good.
Got the Little John on here, about to wreak havoc.
There he is. First cast of the morning.
Not bad.
That is the target species. There it is, first cast in the morning. Pretty little fish right there. It's gonna be a good day, G.
I think so. So a little closer run than what we do in the big boat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we put the boat in, you know, pretty much idled right around the corner. And that's one of the cool things. The boat ramp, it's a dirt ramp, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. You know, it gives that old Florida vibe a lot more when you can just go a half a mile or a mile from the boat ramp and catch, you know, 100 trout a day.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. You know, I usually get there early in the morning because there's only about 4 actual parking spots there. If not there, then you're parking down the road.
Yeah, there's definitely not much parking there, and it is a long walk from the other end of the road. I've been there.
A little better one?
There he is.
There we go.
Nice
Good
one there.
Yeah, good one. Yeah.
There he is, boy. That's a pretty speckled trout right there.
Nice one. They like it work slow in this cool water.
Yeah, they do. You know, the water's probably in the 50s.
Yeah.
But that's a nice one right there. We've been fishing for maybe 2 minutes. There's a bar right here that the current's coming over, and they are stacked up on it. We're catching them about every cast. Probably a 17 8-inch trout right here. Good way to start the day.
This is the time to catch some big monster trout out there right now.
Yeah, this time of year, cold weather, all of our great numbers they get in, they get tight together. There's giant groups of fish. You know, you're not fishing for 1 or 2 trout like you are in the summertime in the flats. These numbers are huge.
Yeah, big numbers. You know, a lot of fish you got to weed through to find them real big fish, but they're out there. As soon as it hit the water.
Good one. Ooh, I just missed one. That's a good one.
Decent. I mean, as soon as it touched the water, he smacked it. There you go. Are we gonna fish more on one spot today, or just catch them all here?
I don't know. I mean, it's going pretty good here.
Yeah.
Well, gee, this little bar has been a little bit more productive than I figured it would be.
Yeah, I think because that water's, you know, still high. They're pushed back in here a little further.
Yeah, you know, this time of year when you've got these low and high tides, for the most part it's mainly low. So basically what you got to do, you know, is find the trout and just stay right there with them, because they don't really have too many places to go.
A high tide in the winter time is like a low tide in the summer, as far as the water level.
And when you find them, man, you can sit right here just like that and just absolutely work on them. Pretty little trout. I'm sure he's a keeper. We're gonna let them all go today. It's their lucky day. So today we're kind of going at them with a 1-2 punch. You know, these fish are sitting shallow on bars and foots, and then there might be a big roll off. So you kind of have a different techniques for the, you know, depth of water you're fishing.
What you threw, it definitely worked better than what I was using, but you know, it's always cool to catch them different ways.
Yeah, you know, we went with the mirror lure Little John. That bait's perfect, like a 32nd ounce jig head. You're getting that little bit of 4 to 5 foot trough range, you know, and you catch them trout on the bottom. Or when it got up real, real shallow on the kelp, we just do a big nose hook jerk bait, and that's probably a staple, you know, the best bait we got.
Yeah, the Little John was probably your most consistent bait, but that nose hook bait would definitely work the best.
All right, guys, so when you're fishing a jig, you want to allow that bait to be on the bottom. All you're doing is taking your rod and just doing certain little hops, and what that's doing is mimicking a wounded bait fish. And a lot of times your bites come when it's on the fall. After you bounce it a few times, you know, it gets a more natural action, and these trout are sitting on the bottom and they're ambushing it. So when it gets up in the water column, they just come over there and smack it on the fall. Just like that. There you go. That's textbook trout fishing right there. All right, guys, so legally you can keep 5 of these trout a person.
Yeah, 1/19, but we always throw the bigger ones back.
Yeah, we do. You know, that's your breeders. You want to keep your stock healthy, and you know, it's real healthy. Today, we're not going to keep any of these fish. We're just playing catch and release, having a lot of fun with them.
So, you know, we keep 1/19, but we always throw the bigger ones back. I mean, that's what keeps your fishery healthy, is throwing all the breeders back.
Yeah, you know, and that's a big deal. A lot of these trout get taken out every year, but we try to protect it, you know, and it's good that the state of Florida actually made that law. The 15 to 19 inch range is, you know, there's plenty of fish to eat on that.
Yeah.
Better one?
Yeah. A little better one on the mirror beam here. I'm doing a whole different action. You got your rod tip up. I'm keeping mine down, keeping that bait in the water, just twitching it back and forth slow. Slow, reel it slow, that's the key.
Yeah, there's definitely many different applications you can use to catch these trout. Boy, they're thick.
I mean, one on top of another. Yeah, I figured I'd switch it over, try a little something different, see if we can pick up bigger fish, see if they key in on this a little better. So, you know, this time of year we're fishing on a lot of hard bottom, a lot of kelp, you know, stuff like that. Not the typical summertime, deep water, grass flats.
Yeah, you know, these fish are coming in here, they're coming in here in this shallower water, and they really stack up together when they get in this point.
They use that kelp to ambush.
Yep, the grass is definitely good. I think it's a little bit warmer. They use the rocky, you know, stuff. The
Yeah,
sun
warm
heats up, so they lay in the sand. So usually when you find one of them little gem areas, it's not just one bite. There he is. Nice trout there, Garrett.
Yeah, nice fish there.
Good one there.
Yeah.
Them suckers are fun.
When they're stacked in here like this, especially.
Pretty gator trout right there. See you, buddy. That was fun. So, you know, we fished that one little trough and just happened to go right around the corner, and it lined up for the perfect case scenario. The current was going out and there was a perfect little creek channel, you know, that swung right on a big kelp bar. And that's usually a top target for a big gator trout. So the nose hook jerkbait is kind of my staple, you know, when you get that scenario with the shallow kelp. And I threw that thing up there, man, and I didn't twitch it 5 or 6 times, and a big old gator trout jumped on it. I don't know, it was, you know, a 24, 25-inch fish, yeah. Just super nice quality.
It was the trophy fish we were hoping to catch that day. So I've been fishing, you know, those Homosassa area for a long time, and the nice thing about it is you can take off an afternoon and go do it.
And you know, we really have an incredible fishery right here, whether it's offshore on our big boats or inshore. And that's kind of where we grew up. You know, I grew up in Crystal River fishing, and we've been down the Boca and fished down there, and it's totally different than here. And we've been to Keaton Beach and up north and the Panhandle and did a lot of trout fishing. But something right here on this nature coast, you know, kind of where you cut your teeth, man, it is just an unbelievable fishery.
There you go. Good one.
Right there on that bar.
Yeah.
It's like you're shaking his head. Good one. Well, you know when you got a trout, that sucker comes up there and shakes his head, don't
shaking it.
Another victim right there fell to the jerkbait. Got a nice little point right here with an oyster bar coming off of it. You know, that's pretty textbook.
Same thing we've been fishing all day, oyster bars, hard bottom, and that kelp. It's just a magic combo right now.
There you go. Good one there.
What is it?
Trout, I think.
Yeah, that's trout. Nice thick trout.
Old mirror lure.
Mirror lure got him. Both sets of hooks. I don't know how, but sometimes they can shake them hooks. Look how thick that thing is.
They're fat right
Oh
now,
my
boy.
gosh. He ain't long, but I mean, he is 3 inches wide.
Well, gee, I think we've secluded the trout number we thought we were going to catch today.
Yeah, I think we caught plenty of trout. Let's go see if we can find us a nice redfish.
I'm in. Let's go see if we can catch this one.
Got him.
There you got him. Old top water.
Little skitter walk. Might be a big trout. Little red.
Little red fell for the top water,
Yeah.
huh?
Besides catching a big 40-pound gag, there ain't much better than catching a redfish on top water.
No, you know, they got them little bitty mouths. They go
Yeah.
after it a few times before they usually get it.
Yeah, well, they're, you know, more primarily a bottom feeder, and he's looking up, getting that top water. It's pretty cool. They always miss it 2 or 3 times before they get it.
Oh, yeah.
Nice 18-inch red, probably. Throw him back here. Oh, there we go.
Got me a beautiful,
Nice.
beautiful, unbelievable fish.
So, you know, I mean, on the topwater bite, you're not getting quite the numbers, but usually you get quality fish.
Yeah, you do. You know, when you go red fishing, you kind of got to tell yourself that if you don't find that big magical school, you know, you're going to kind of pick them up as you go. It's a lot more fishing, you know, this time of year versus the redfish being packed in a small area like the trout.
Yeah, and the one thing I like is that, you know, that big topwater lure, you can sling it. I mean, you can really get it away from the boat, and I think that's what helps, you know, get the bite.
Yep, remember, I mean, cover ground, cover water, you're going to have good results.
You know, one nice thing about throwing topwater in here is there's so much rock that you can actually get away with getting your bait in front of the fish without getting hung up.
Yeah, being in the strike zone is definitely a key factor in that. These redfish that sit right in the rocks, man, usually about as shallow as possible. Getting warm this time of year, so topwater bait can definitely be deadly.
I have hooked a few rocks with the topwater too, throwing it too shallow. Can still happen, but not as likely as a big exposed hook bouncing off the bottom.
He got it.
There he is. A better
a
red
nice
here, yeah.
Sucker come up there and
I
smoked
know.
it.
Let me try.
He don't know where he's going yet.
No, I don't know where he's going either. Hopefully in the boat. He's hooked pretty good.
There you go, G. That's a nice one.
Well, that's the red we were looking for here on topwater. Man, that's fun to watch them strike that thing. Well, that's fun catching them things on top water. That's an old beat up older pallet, but it still works.
Oh yeah, usually the more beat up the better.
Nothing more fun than watch them hit that thing on top water. Well, they crush it after they miss it 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah, usually they let you know they're there.
Yeah. So that December, January, February, that's kind of slower time offshore, and it works out for us chartering, you know, because we can offer these trips in the mud boat, you know, during the low tides in the winter time.
Yeah, so you know, if you guys don't want to go offshore, you want to stay in close, bring your family, your friends, this is a great trip, a lot of catching, plenty of fish to take home to eat, and definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah. There we go.
Well, gee, after red fishing, we had to pass the old trout hole, and I couldn't stand it.
And that bite's still on all day long. I mean, it's been nonstop.
It's been non-stop trout fishing action today, buddy.
What do you think? We probably caught 60 plus?
We caught a bunch of trout
Yeah.
today for sure. That's a pretty one right there to end it on. Well guys, it's been an epic day right here in Homosassa. The trout, the redfish, everything stacked in here in the wintertime. Caught some nice quality fish, caught some numbers. It's definitely an enjoyable time with my buddy G. Till next time.
I mean, what a day we had. If you want to catch fish, I mean, that was a day of catching fish.
Yeah, there wasn't much much struggle today. You know, we found them trout laid up in there, and a trout will bite.
Yeah.
All in all, that sucker is gonna bite when he gets presented a bait.
Well, not only do these things catch fish, they catch yourself too.
Low country bull, right up the side. The small. Wow!